Hello there, guys. Welcome to AppSheet and more. I know it's been a while since you saw me behind the camera. I've missed YouTube. I promise to make sure I'm behind the camera more often. Now, this video is a special video, right? Because it has a lot of backstory to it. This video is actually an upgrade to a video I did a year ago, right? And it's about how you can create a very beautiful home page. It's one of our most watched video in our YouTube channel. Go check it out. And there was a comment by a user that said, "Oh, is it possible to make a home page that had subsection or subcategories, like a submenu?" And I've had this request or this comment for 4 months now, and it's always been something I've been thinking about. And I'm glad to say that I have finally had the time to do this and create a home page dynamic menu that had a subcategory. So guys, I'm excited. Let's see how this is done in AppSheets. All right, guys, so let's get into it. So this is a preview of the new homepage that is dynamic and that allows you to have sub menu or subcategories under each main category in the menu. So right here, when you select my profile like this, you can see my account, you can see my class group. When you click on my account, it takes you to your account, right? And that happens for not just this, but for all of them. You have my contributions. You can click on make a contribution. It open a form for you to make a contribution, basically, right? So yeah, that's what it is. It allows you to have subsections under each main section in a menu. So you can have, yeah, that kind of cascading effect that will make your app even look more professional. So guys, if you want to do this in AppSheet, let's get started. All right, guys, so we are finally in AppSheet and let's get our hands dirty. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to use an existing app we already have for this purpose. Like I said, this is an old application or this is an old view I created some time back, and we're just going to update this with a new version, right? But I'm going to build it from scratch so that if you've not watched the old video, even though I recommend you do, you can still follow along. Now, aside the old video of the home page, there's also the one with the login page. So we have a video on how you can create this very beautiful login page. So you click in here, you provide the password. The password is not correct. It tells you password is incorrect over here. If you provide the right password, you should see a button pop up over here. It's loading, and then you can just click in, and then it takes you to the login page. Sorry, to the home page. So now what we're going to do is we're going to replace this home page with a new advanced one we want to create, right? So we're going to go first to our data source. I'm going to click here, view data source, right? And then we're going to include a new sheet. I'm going to call this menu, right? So this is going to be our cascading menu that we're going to be creating. So let me expand this. We're going to do a lot of work in the spreadsheets so you can see. Good. So the first one is going to be the header, right? That's the main header or the name of what you see over there. Good. Now we have our header over here, and then we have also very important image, right? So the logo or the icon you see over there is also what we have there. Then we have type. So type being whether it's main or it's sub, right? So we have the main ones, and then when you open or you expand, then we have the sub. Good. So we're going to start off with these three, and then we're going to add on as we build so that you kind of understand the why we are adding on those fields or those columns. Okay, good. So let's start off. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the existing ones we have, okay? But you can type in whichever headers you want. So I'm going to copy these guys, headers, come here, come to my menu page, just paste over here like this, right? And for now, with this data, let's just load and see what we have. Okay, so I'll come back to my app and then I'll come click on the plus button. I'll click on this. My sheet is home page. I think it's home space page. Right, home space page, good. So we'll add our table over here, menu, good. Okay, so our table is in here, we have menu over here, good. Now let's kind of get a feel of what it looks like. I'll come here to views and I'm just going to let me create something in the menu section, a new view, use menu, value. Good. Let's make this, yeah, card is fine. In natural sense, we're just going to end up using card. So good. So this is what we have. My profile, my profile, my profile. That doesn't look right, does it? Let me save this. Show in preview. So I have my profile repeating 3 times. Am I missing something? Oh, okay. So header, this is a ref. It shouldn't be a ref. Let's make it a text. Good. Save. Okay, let's come back here. New view. Show this in preview. Okay. So we have my profile, we have contributions, and we have news posts. Good. Now, what we want to do is we also want to have our subsections, right? So I'm going to add our subsections as well. Now, the subsections should follow directly after the main, right? So we're going to add above here. Here will be about 3. Good. So we have my header, we have my profile. So my profile, I'm going to say my account. I say my year group, something like that. So those are the subs, right? Good. Now contributions, we have, let's say, check balance. We have, let's say, make a contribution. Let's say, make a withdrawal. News post, okay, academic news feed. And then we have sports highlights. Something like this, right? Good. So this is the main. This is a sub, sub. So these are subs, right? This is main, this is sub, these 3 are subs. This is main, and these 2 out are sub. Sorry, sub. Okay, so we have this. I'm going to bring in the image. Don't worry, I just want you to get a feel of it. So we have main and we have sub. Now, there should be a way for us to know, right? There should be a way for us to know that this sub, even though we said the sub, belongs to the sub at the top, right? Because right now, AppSheet knows that this is main, this is sub, but then how does it know that this relates to this? So what we're going to do is we're going to say parent. All right, good. Now let's come back here and let me show you how we're going to use that parent. So we'll come to menu and we just come and say regenerate to bring in our parents field. Okay, good. So now we have our parents field. Now our parent field is going to be a ref, right? Good. Now this is going to be a ref of the same table menu, right? Good. And then what are we going to select? We're going to select only those who are main. So we're going to say select menu header where type is equal to main. So it's going to look something like this, right? Great, we are getting there. So let's come to views and let's show this in preview. So we have main, sub, sub, main, sub, sub, main, sub, sub. Good. So if I click on this sub, I come to edit, I'm going to associate him to, so my account, my year group, blah, 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 blah. No, I think everything is showing here. Let me save first. Hopefully this works. Show in preview, click on this. So this is the main, we don't need to associate him with anyone. Edit. Good. So now we have only what? The mains. So I'm going to associate this one to my profile, right? So this guy too is also associated to my profile. So whenever I click on my profile, AppSheet will know that I want to see these two because they're associated with what my profile. That's how it works, right? So that's the whole long and short of the essence of this field. So over here, you will see the header being shown over here. Good. So because this is a spreadsheet, I'll just come in here and I'll just do this quickly. I just wanted to explain to you what I'm doing in the app view. So you appreciate it. Good. So we have something like this. So we know that for these tabs, this is the apparent. For these tabs, this is the apparent. So whenever this guy is ever clicked, I want to see these guys pop up, right? When I will click this guy should vanish, right? That's how it works. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So now we have this in place. I'm going to bring the images. So you can just go in here, click on the edit icon, and then you can upload an image, any image you want. Let's say something like this, and then use it, right? I already have my images uploaded. When you upload an image, right, a link or a path actually provides a path that it uses to trace that particular image. So you see this path over here. So every time you provide an image, it's there. So I'm going to take these links or these paths I already have and use them here, right? So copy this, I'll put this under my contribution. This I'll put this under my post. This way. Now you'll notice that I'm only making the main ones have images, right? So it reduces the cluster. Else you have a situation where when you click on the drop down, the main one has images, the other ones will have images, and yeah, it contradicts. So the main ones have images, the subs will not have images. If you want to add images to all of them, hey, feel free. All right. So we have this in place. Now let's see what that looks like over here. I'm going to regenerate this. Okay, so let's come back here and then let's edit this view. So let me push this guy down here a bit. And then, oh, it's already opened. Click on this guy and I'll say image. All right, good. Bring this guy back here. All right, good. So we have this, we have this, we have this. Now these are subs. You get it? So what we're going to do is that we're going to change the color of the subs, right? We're going to make it blue. So first, let me take off the type from this section. Good. And then let's come to formats. And then one of the first format rules we're going to make is to make the subs blue. So new rule, change this to menu. And we're going to say that where sub. Ah, okay. So header is going to be something like this. So you're going to say something like sub header, no, not header, type is equal to sub this way. And then you can make that one blue. No, make this blue this way. So something like this, right? Something like this. So you have the main and then you have the subs. So the subs are the blue and then the main is the black. So when you click on it, the blue ones will show at the bottom. That brings the contrast, right? Good. So we have this in place. Now what we want to do is we want only the ones selected to show. You get it? So if it's selected, we want it to show. If it's not selected, that one shouldn't show. So then brings us to another field we need to add, which is the select field. So whenever a parent is selected, right, we want the child to also be selected. And then when the child is selected, it should show. So something like this. So if I select the parent, there'll be a select word over here. And then these ones will be all indicated as select. So this and this and this will show. This guy will still, the mains will all show, but then the subs of the ones that are not selected will not show. So we'll come back here, we'll come to table, and then we'll regenerate this one. Okay, so we've regenerated this guy. Now, what we're going to do, come back here, view, show in, is we're going to filter the data that's running this so that it's only going to show whether when the person is main or the column called select has the word select in it. Okay, so I want to click here, sorry, click create a slice, say selected menu lines, menu, no main, menu lines. Good. So the expression is going to be quite simple. We're going to say AND, no OR. So it's either one. The type is equal to main, that's the first one, or select is equal to the word select. Good. Click done. Click save. Right? So just like that, you can see that when we click, when we filter or we create a slice, this one is showing, and then its subs are showing. These ones don't have their subs showing. Right? Good. So that's working. Okay, now we need to do a little bit more for formatting. I want to do all the formatting and all those things before I actually go into the actions that drive the clicking and then the selection of those things. That's the last bit. But then once I do all the formatting, then we know we're good. Okay, so we'll come to menu and we'll click on the plus button, click on create. This one, let's call this format for sub menu. And then this one is going to be format for selected main menu. Okay, so for the main menu, what we want to do is one, we want to have an arrow, down pointing arrow, right? So the down pointing arrow, I'm going to use this guy. Okay, I'm going to make him blue. Good. Now you notice that we have the blue showing for all of them. What we want to do is we want only the one that's selected. So we have to put a condition that says that two things, A and E, right? One, type is equal to parent. Sorry, it's equal to main. And select is equal to the word select. We click save. And you realize that we have only the one. Good. Now, the other thing we want to do is we want to make it cap case or uppercase. So once it's selected, it should automatically become what? Uppercase. Good. Maybe if you fancy, you might want to maybe increase it just a bit so that the user can just feel it go up or down. But I feel like with uppercase, it's fine. But let's just leave it and see how it will look. Okay, so we have that the arrow is pointing down. Good. Now we're just going to click on this and we're just going to create duplicate and say format unselected main menu. Okay, so this one, the type is equal to main, but it's not equal to select. So for these guys, it's not going to be blue, it's going to be black, right? And then it's going to be arrow as well, but then it's not going to be pointing down, it's going to be pointing side this way, right? And then it's not going to be uppercase, it's going to be smaller and then normal case or proper, something like this. Okay, so if I come back here and I come to views and I click show in preview, right? You see my profile selected and you see my account, my year group. These ones are not selected. When I click on this and it's selected, right? This one's format should change to unselected and this one should become selected. And then I should see those below. Now, that is where we need to do the heavy lifting. That's the action buttons. So we need to create action buttons that clears the entire column to make sure that nothing is selected. And then it will populate the place we want to select. Very interesting thing we need to do. Okay, so we'll come back here. Come to menu. Click on the plus button. Click on create a new menu, a new action, not a new menu. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is say, um, so clear selection. So we need to always clear the selection, existing selection over there. So we'll come here and we say set some values, come to select, and then select it, set it to blank. Good. Now you need to understand that when we are clicking, let me just put this in view so you can appreciate what we're trying to do here. When we click on my contributions, we want this guy to be not selected anymore. So when it's clearing the select, it's not just clearing the select for this particular record. It's clearing the select for whatever has been selected. So it needs to go through the entire column and clear for everyone. You get the drift. So it has to clear for everyone. Then you can now run an action that selects for this guy. Okay, because when we're on selecting, we might not just be on selecting this guy, we're on selecting another record that's selected. So we need to create another action. So this guy clears selection. We know he does that. That's a good job. Okay, now we click the plus and we say run clear selection. Right, good. Now this is going to run it on a set of actions in the menu. Now, which rules is it going to run it on? It's going to run on any rule that has select in it. So select, using select as a word, and then it might be a bit confusing because select is also a function. So it's not a good practice I did there. Forgive me. So menu, they're going to say header because that's a key. Now we want to select all instances where select is equal to the word select. You guys are going to kill me today. Now I'm going to click save. So we have this, right? Now we are going to run the clear selection, right? So something like this. So we have this action done. Now the last one I'm going to do is I'm going to create a group. The reason I'm creating a group is because we have a series of actions we need to run. So let me just go ahead and create a group for now. Group executes of actions. Good. And then the first one is run clear selection. Good. I'm going to hide these two. So hide this guy and hide select. So we have only the group guy. And then I'm going to call grouped action. So the first action the first thing we've done, so what we've done so far is to create an action that clears to make sure that there's nothing selected. Right, good. Now let's test that out and let's see how that works. Good. So when I click on this, oh, I forgot one more thing. We need to assign this to the view. Okay, so let's come back here to my view. Actually, we need to assign this to the view. So we'll come down here and then click on this, and then we'll say, okay, now run grouped actions. So whenever we click run grouped actions, or say on click. So then I click this guy, it's gone. You see, so nothing is selected. Everything is cleared. When you come here, right, it clears everything in there. Fantastic. Good. Now, what we want to do is after clearing, we want you to select the guy we clicked on and then all his children. Right? Very simple, right? So we'll click on this and then we'll go to menu. We're going to do the same thing. So create action. This time around, the same thing, but we are setting select to select. Let's just set him to select. Okay, good. So this is select menu. Good. I'm going to click plus over here, create new action. Good. And then this time around, I'm going to say run menu selection. Now, for this one, I'm going to execute an action on a set of rules. It's going to be the menu and the formula. And the formula is going to be select. right? Menu, header, right? Now, one of two conditions, right? It's either the header is equal to this row dot header, or parent is equal to this row dot parent. This, right? And I'm going to click save. Okay, good. Now we're going to select the action we want to run as select menu. Okay, and then we'll come to grouped actions, and then we'll bring this run menu selection there. Okay, now let's make sure we hide this guy. Sorry, this one. And then select menu, let's hide him as well. Okay, good. So only group action needs to show. Okay, so now let's come to our view, and let's come to show in preview. Now I click on this guy. Let's see. So now when I click on this, good. This is running. Why do I have all this selected? That's actually an interesting question. Let's see. Oh, so this was selected, this was selected, this was selected. No, that's not what I wanted to do. What did that formula say? Select, let me see. Not run select. It says header is equal to this root dot header, and parent is equal to not this root dot parent, this root dot header. Oh my God. Save. All right, let's come back here. Showing preview. Fantastic. Oh, all right. So we finally have this showing. When you click on your profile, you see you have the subsection. Now, when I click on my contribution, I have my contribution showing, right? When I unclick or I click on it, I expect this to clear. Do you get it? It should clear. And this one should also go away. But then we'll come to that. We could also leave it, right? So when this is selected, this will show. When this is selected, when you click it, probably you don't want it to unselect. You can leave it as this. But if you want to unselect it as well, there's a way we can go about it. All right, so we are almost there. So let's add the final touches. The most important thing is now we need the action, or we need to add the link to go to the views we want to go to. Is that okay? So we'll come back here and then we'll add one more. We'll say view destination. Okay, so where we want it to go to. Right, good. Now over here, you just need to type the name of the view you want to go to. So I'll come here, come to my spreadsheet here. I'm just going to click regenerate. This is just going to be a text field. Okay, good. Okay, so we'll come here and we're just going to create our action. Okay, that's just going to take us to the view we want to see, which is go to view. Good. Over here, we want to go to another view within the app, right? And then we're just going to say link to view. And say view destination. Yeah, save. Good. Now this should only run when, very important this condition, when view destination is not blank. Click save. Save. Right. So we'll come here under view and then we'll click show in preview. Good. So if I click on my contribution, I click on check balance. Interesting. So when I click on check balance, did you notice what happened? What happened is it's treating check balance like how it treats the main ones. So it's clearing all the unselect and then it's leaving the selected. So that cannot happen. So the clearing and those things should not run. These two actions, run selection, run clear selection, and run menu, should only run if it's a parent that's been clicked. So we'll come here to behavior, and then we're just going to say type is equal to me. Save this, save. So let's try this one more time. I'm going to click this, I'm going to click here. Let's come back here to show in preview. So if I click on my profile, it's going to expand. Or when I click on my account, it should not remove my year group and just leave my account over there. I shouldn't have that effect. The only effect I should get is taking me to where I want to go. Right, good. So that was a very important addition we needed to add over there. Fantastic. Okay, so now we've created our link. We're just going to add that link to our group actions over here. So last one is go to the link. Where are you? So go to view. Okay, good. So let's test this out. Let's add some views in here. I have my contributions as one view. So I'm just going to copy the name. I don't want to make any errors. I'll come to check my balance and I'll put this here in the destination. Good. I also have, I think, user's profile over here. We post this under my account. Over here, there's new posts, which is supposed to be news post. I'll copy this and let me put it under academic news feed. Something like this, right? So let's refresh this guy. Okay, so now when I click on my account, nothing is happening. Okay, showing preview. It got me here. Let me see. Showing preview. Oh, this is new post. Okay. Click this. My accounts. Okay, I have this blank. Okay. Let me try news post because I think news post it doesn't. Okay, good. So this works. The reason why my account's not working because I've not created an account yet. That's why. Good. So you see that news post works. Now, what I want to do is let me work on this. When I click on this guy, it's just going to fold up. You get to see right now it's expanded, but we need to close it before it's up. Good. So we'll come to action buttons, and then there are three things we're going to do. And that select, where it says equals to select, we're going to change this. We're going to say if select happens to be equal to select. So if we click it and it's already that is already selected, then make it on select. Other than that, make it select. So this will make sure that if it's already selected, it will clear it. Is that okay? And then now we need to go and we need to deactivate the run clear selection, this action, right? Because this action, when we click, it first goes and clears everything. So if we don't deactivate it when it's already selected, it will clear everything and reselect again. And it's always be there. We're going to say that only run this action when select, the current one we are selecting is not equal to select. If it's equal to select, this guy shouldn't run. Okay, so we click save and we try this time around. When we click on the same action, it should clear. Okay, we'll come here to views, click on show, preview. Now when I click on this guy, it clears. When I click on contribution, opens. When I click on contribution, it clears, right? And then when you click on any of them, I don't think I have a profile, so I can't use that as an example. But when I click on this, it takes me, because of our view destination I've added. Okay, guys, so the heavy lifting is done. Now all we need to do is to create our dashboard view. So we're going to come to primary view. We're going to click create. I'm going to call this homepage or new homepage. New home. Hold on, I hope I'm editing the right thing. Undo. Yeah, it's the right one. Okay. So call this new home page or new home. I'm going to make this a dashboard view. Okay, and then let me add our menu or a new view. Let me name this menu view. Okay, yeah. So this is our new home page. Then we have our menu. Good. Now we also have to add our header. Okay, so we're going to create. So this view, let me show you. What I mean is we need this guy at the top here. So we can duplicate this guy. I'll come here. I'm going to say hero section. hmm It's a detail view. So just a detail view that has an image at the top there. I'll take out everything over here. I'll just add the image back. Hero section image or hero image. Take this guy off. So something like this, right? hmm So if you have something like this, when you come back to your home page, you can add your hero section here this way. Now you see at the top. So you have this, right? The only issue I have with this is the space around. That's why I don't like to use a detail view because it has too much space. So I prefer to use a card view in this instance, and then I'll take off everything. So I'll take off this guy, say, nope, take off this guy, none, right? Set the image to the hero. Um, this is none. This is none. You need to set to something first before you can take it off. None. Action button, same as well. Set to something and then you take it off. None. Click this, set it to something and then you take it off. None. These as well. Set to something, then you take it off. None. The last one. None. Okay, good. So now you come here. Title goes here. This guy has to go. None. Okay, good. So home page. I have this. Let me save this. Okay, so home page. Good. Now, this is an interesting observation I've made with the new AppSheet view, right? What I mean is when you come to the new framework, I notice that whenever you create a dashboard view, there's this space in there. I don't know what's going on, what's happening there. So I normally take this off. In the old view, it works fine. There's no, right, you see, there's no space and all those things. Good. So yeah, so that's how you do it. So now I have my profile, I have this selected, I have my contributions, I can click make a contribution. Oh, I don't have um any in destination over there, so that's why it's blank. It's not working. When I click this, there's a destination, so it's going there. Okay, guys, so I think that's it, right? So guys, I know you enjoyed this video. I did too. And I hope you're going to implement this like you did for the very first video. This is much more robust. This allows you to make your app even much more better, allow users to have subsections or allow you, the developer, to have subsections under each main category. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you're going to like, comment, and share. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye, guys.